Hi, welcome back to Blue Hills Bolts and Bondo. Today we'll be working on the Model T, lower rust over on the passenger side. So join me as we get set up around the corner and we'll get started. So there's probably a million different ways to address this, but I'm going to use green tape and try to get a profile. Doesn't have to be anything too fancy as long as it stacks up and comes off when you try to cut it out. I kind of like to get a little basket weave type thing going. That way you got the kind of chance of it not coming apart. Okay, that gives us our basic profile. And you can kind of something to draw on the curves. Get yourself a basic idea on the edge. Then we'll peel her off and see how it looks. Just take your time. You want to get all the tape. So we can just transfer that onto a piece of steel here. This is the hard edge we're going to join, but we're going to give ourselves extra all the time. Same with this. Just kind of mimic this line, get a little extra. But what I'm going to do before I take this off, I want to transfer my marks in a general area of where I'll be bending. All right, that's our basic profile. If you can see that on the camera, I think it should have been indented enough. Yes, it is. All right, I'll cut that and be right back. So we got a basic shape or lines kind of up there, rotate it around. It's close to there. So I'm just going to cut this and use the car itself. Get somewhat of the bend we want. All right, I might actually clamp that and tap a little bit with a hammer back in a sec. All right, so I got a hammer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push in here on the top, hold that tight, wrap that around, and try to establish that first bend. Make sure it's in the spot I want. See, it's forming that edge. Yeah, we're starting to get one. I'll set things back up and try again here. I just figured I'd mark and clean up the area, and then I could give a couple tacks to hold the panel while I'm beating it. That might be the best way to go about it. And then we'll cut them off after and keep shaping. All right, I think I'll get a tack right here in the center first, and this will be coming off. I want something to hold it. Yeah, see, it already moved from where I was last time. We can work with it. A couple tacks in. I guess it's starting to form. While I'm thinking about it, I think I will mark and then cut on the inside of this panel. I'll just cut 3/4 inch down, kind of give ourselves some room. All right, well, that's an old chain stuck in the corner. All right, we'll get some top on behind there. We'll get some of that loose stuff out first, best we can. Then we'll hit her with some of this rust fix, nooks and crannies here. Let it do its thing, and some stuff we will be able to get from the inside at a later date. All right, and we'll just clean up the edges where I may be the other panel over on top of. Well, here's my thoughts. I'm thinking okay, that's up bottom and side like that, so I know everything will cover. And just getting a quick tack right there where it's real happy right now. Something in here. Yeah, I think I'll work, and then as I come across, I can bend that over. This is nice and flat here. It's kind of the profile I want, hanging over. Well, maybe do the hardest part first. Right in this area. Okay, not bad. We'll work our way down this side. I think first I want that secure. We'll work our way across. I may have to move you guys, not sure. Well, maybe I shouldn't attack that because I think I'm tightening up with the heat. Yeah, I think I'll take that off and then kind of work it by hand. All right, I'm going to take one quick trim here because I know I'm overhanging quite a bit. I'd like to get a little more over here without interfering. I can hold this here. That's pretty decent. I'll try attacking the corner, but that's usually where you blow through. But we'll give her a go here. We're close to the corner, but we'll get a midway point. A lot of filler welding now, but that doesn't look horrible, I don't think. Start building her in. Okay, sides, I'm not going to weld past this rust line anyhow, so just cut up here and across. Then a whole bunch of grinding. All right, I got a whole bunch of grinding ahead of me. I'll get set up for that. I'll be using the big boy for some of this stuff, but try to keep moving so I don't get anything too hot. Wow, that sucker's heavy. If you guys are enjoying the content, like, subscribe. We're going to whip over to the other side here and keep grinding. Well, I'll clean this up just a little bit more. I don't know if I lost the one microphone by the looks of it. Just going to clean up this area, then we'll take a look. Well, there you have it. The homemade patch panel is in on the Model T. Join me as I work my way down the entire passenger side of the cart.